Hi. Okay. So I want to share something with you. I'm on a vacation and I didn't plan anything towards this vacation. I knew about it all along from the beginning of the year. But I don't know if it's an African tendency or it's me not to plan things ahead. Um, and I took this time to reflect on myself and the things that I do right and the things that I do wrong. And I pinpointed some, and one of them was like a lack of planning. That I realized that it's good to have a plan, and you plan ahead. To have a calendar, and if I had that from the beginning, I wouldn't have such a boring vacation. I'll probably be somewhere in the sun, having some fun with my daughter. But guess what? I'm just at home doing nothing, watching TV. But then at the same time, I took some time, I reflected on myself, and through the process, and I felt like I needed to have some change in my life. And while I was on a quest seeking for that change, I came across Bishop T.D. Jakes' sermon, and he was talking about 7 steps to a turnaround, talking about change, and you have to be ready to change your life. You have to be ready for it. You know what I mean? We always say like, I want to change, I want to change, I want to change these habits, I want to change my attitude and stuff like that. But you have to really be ready for it. And by by listening to that sermon, I kind of feel like maybe I was ready for it. You have to be ready for it mentally. And the number thing, if you talk about 7 points that really touched me, and maybe let me share them with you. The number one thing it talked about, it was options. No, sorry, exposure. He was talking about exposure, and he basically meant like being exposed to options. When you're exposed to different things, then you have more options. You do better when you know better, right? Because when you don't know better, you cannot do any better. And as you say, the Bible says like my people perish because of lack of knowledge. It's because people are not knowledgeable about stuff, and that's why they don't really do. They don't know what to do. They don't know what they're missing out on. Okay, so you have to expose yourself to different people, different things. Like let's say you go to a restaurant. Like, let me talk about myself. I go to a restaurant. Okay, I order the same food. Let me tell you, I may go to Trulux. I may go to Philippe, whatever. I may go to whatever. Just some fancy nice restaurant or just a regular restaurant, and I will eat the very same thing, either steak, seafood, fish, okay, salmon, tilapia, red snapper, something, shrimp, yeah. I eat chicken. You never see me try no, excuse me, excuse me, no escargot, no quail, different stuff. You never find me try those stuff. That's why I don't have any options. Just just steak, chicken, and fish. That's wrong. But let's say if I go, every time I go to a restaurant, I try something new. I might do something a new stuff to my list. So the next time I go to another restaurant, I have more options on what to eat. And so, exposure is very important so that you can be exposed to different options. Then he talked about decisions. Wow, this one right there, he just nailed it. He said like you have to make a decision for change. I said, my goodness, wow, that's powerful, because people can spend 10 years, okay, of their lives rehearsing on options without making a decision. That's me. I said, sir, are you talking about me? Because you can start thinking, oh, maybe I could do this. Oh, I could do that. Oh, maybe I should do this. You know what? I'm gonna do that. By the time you come to realize 5 years have gone by, and you didn't really make a decision. So if you're gonna make a decision, if you want to walk out of a marriage, man, listen, walk out. If you're gonna start that business, listen, dude, start the business. If you're gonna go to school, go to school. Instead of thinking, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do. You just exercising them, but you're not really making a major decision. And one thing that I've learned is that that's from my own experience, is that not making a decision can really cause you opportunities. If there's anybody who's ever had opportunities, oh my goodness, on this earth, it's me. I've had so many opportunities, but I didn't know when to grab them, when to make a decision. Like, should I not? And I would just rehearse them. Oh, should I not? And then I'll miss them. And they say opportunities don't come twice. So what do I do now? I just leave to talk about, like, oh my God. I used to have so many opportunities, and I let them pass me by. And I don't want you to be that way. I don't want you to go through the same thing that I went through. You know what I mean? So make a decision. You have to make a decision for change. If you want to change, make a decision right now. What is this you want to do? Make a decision now. Okay? And then the third thing is transformation. Excuse me, I'm choking. Let me turn my AC down. I kind of feel like it's very hot, cold. I guess I'm getting cold. Okay. So transformation. Let's talk about transformation. Transformation. Oh my goodness. You have to renew your mind, okay? As your mind changes, things change. Okay? Because moving to a new place, moving to a new town might not even do you that good if your mind is still, if you still have your mindset to the old things. You have to have a new mind, a new mindset in order for you to change. You know what I mean? Because, for instance, I can talk of myself. Before, I used to just get up and leave. I'd be out, damn, I'm down in Miami. Boom, I moved. I'm down in DC. Or Houston, wherever, and I used to, some people like us get bored very fast, right? And if I get bored, I feel like I need change. But I think I was looking for the wrong change, Changing scenery and the physical doesn't really help out, you know what I mean? You have to change your mind. So, because I can go right now, listen, I need to change my appearance, right? I might go bald, okay, or I might get my hair or whatever. But I will still feel the same if I haven't changed my mind. I can change my wardrobe, which I do all the time. Get rid of everything, start over again. I've been doing that for how long? Oh my goodness, 8 years, and I still feel the same. So one thing you have to do is change your mind. Then the rest will change, okay? And then the fourth thing is we talked about building on that change, okay? Whatever that it is that you want to change. Let's say, okay, you've been exposed, okay, now you have different options. Now you've made a decision to what you want to do, and now you've changed your mind. Now you're ready to do it. Like, let's say you're starting a business. Now you have to build towards it, okay? By building, what do you need? You have to know. You just don't go. You just don't go say, listen, I'm building a house. You don't know how much it's gonna cost you, what you're gonna need, and you say, I'm just building. No, you have to have a plan. So you need the tools in order for you to build whatever it is that you're building, right? So you have to have the tools, right? And then you have to make some investment of finances, investment of time. You know what I mean? And let me talk about finances. But talking about finances, sometimes you have to also give back to God, because by giving back to God, you get it back, right? Yeah, and that's one thing that a lot of us we ignore that, and I'm one of the victims. Trust me, I'm one of them. So you have to have the tools for it, for whatever that you want to build on. You have to have the investments for it, investment of time and money and whatnot. You have to have the materials, the resources. Like, okay, you need, what resources you're gonna need in order for you to do whatever it is that you're building. And then the important thing, you have to have the energy. If you don't have the energy, honey, nothing's gonna go through. Okay, you need to have the energy. It's your project. It's your business. If there's anybody, it's you. Let's say if you're having a company and such and such is not gonna show up, honey, trust me, it's gonna be you that has to be there to cover that shift. You understand? So you have to have that energy. Because it's your own thing, and nothing is so hard as starting something. When it's the beginning of everything, trust me, it's very hard. And some of us, like me, we give up, right? And then we talked about this very important thing that I think most of us are victims of finishing it. You have to finish what you started, okay? Now, In order for you to be effective, you gotta finish it. If starters were being rewarded, I think I'll be the number one person with all these awards because of starting something. But it just turns out that it's the finishers that are being rewarded. You have to finish what you start. You know, 100 people might start a race and only few people can finish it. That's why finishing is very important. You just think about it. Just imagine if you would have finished everything that you ever started. Well, let me not talk about you. I'm thinking of me right now. Like, if I had finished everything I ever started, every project that I've had, if I had just finished it, you know, if I just think about it, if you wanted to, okay, let's say you are going to school, if you had finished that class, or you said this only if you would finish it, that diet, if only you would have finished it, you know, you're like, oh, I'm gonna be praying, I'm gonna start fasting, if only you would have finished it. Don't you think things would have been different? For me, it really would have been. I mean, I wouldn't be the place that I am right now. Ta-da, that's nice, baby. I wouldn't be the place that I am if I finished it. You know, and actually that's the most challenging thing ever, to finish anything that we ever start. You know, we have to tackle that in order for us to be successful. And then you talked about receiving, you know, receiving that change, receiving the reward. You know, you have to put yourself in a place where you're ready to receive. Okay, let's say now you've become this person. You've worked really hard, right? And now you're in a different level. You deal with different people. You have to act different. You have to be in that level as well. You understand? If you're a person that has to deal with upper management, you know, you have to put yourself in that environment. Your lingo has got to change. You know, you're not going to be also, if you're dressing, you used to be like me here, you know, you got your sneakers down and your jeans, and you cut up jeans, you know what I mean? And here you are dealing with some CEO somewhere. Your dressing has got to change. So all that is, you have to receive the change that's going to come with whatever you finish. You understand? And then the seventh thing that he talked about was confession. Oh my gosh. Man, that nails me right there as well. You have to confess. You have, I'm not talking about confession of sin, but he was talking about confession of, you know, confessing your dream, confessing your destiny, talking positively to yourself. You know, ain't nobody's gonna talk so positively. You know what? People, and this is crazy. He said, like, you know, sometimes people talk to other people the way they talk, you know, because that's how they talk to themselves. And I was like, well, maybe. But if you talk to yourself positively, trust me, you talk to other people positively too. But one thing that you have to really pay attention to is like life and death is in the power of the tongue. When you speak out something, it comes to life. So instead of you using negative phrases, you need to talk to you positively. Like, this is gonna happen, you know, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, you know, and you bless it, you know, you talk about it, you pray about it, you talk positively about it. Stop talking negative, like, oh my God, I'm so dumb. I do that all the time. And you know, sometimes I feel dumb because maybe I talk myself into I feel myself with these things that I be telling myself. So you have to talk positively to you. You confess positive things, you encourage yourself. And that's how you're going to be successful. So use these 7 points and see if it's going to change your life or not. I believe it's going to, because so far I see that it's changing mine. At least that now I've made a couple of decisions. I've had my options. Yes, I've been exposed to options. And now I see myself making decisions, and my mind has been renewed. Now the hard part is building it. I'm working on building it. Okay? And I'll be sharing with you a lot of stuff as well. But if you want to listen to the sermon yourself, I put a link down there, and you just go through it. You know, it might really help you. You know, some things that we wish somebody told us maybe 10 years ago, and things would have definitely be different. And this is one of those things. But at the same time, you have to be ready for that change. All right, guys. Good night, and I'll be talking to you some more. Okay, let me just search for some new materials. You know, and I like to see when I change, I like to see other people change as well. And I like to see people progress as well. Well, love you for tonight. Bye.